We are live on YouTube. Madhvi, you can start.
Welcome all the dear participants to this online course, Compulsory English SEM 1, jointly organized by 3 colleges, R.S. Mundle Dharampet Arts and Commerce College, Rajkumar Keval Ramani Kanya Mahavidyalaya and Mahila Mahavidyalaya, Nagpur, in collaboration with Board of Studies, RTM Nagpur University, Nagpur. I welcome you all. Today we have among us Dr. Renuka Roy as a subject expert. Let me introduce Dr. Renuka Roy to you. Dr. Renuka Roy is currently working as an assistant professor at English in his Porwal College, Kamti. Madam has 14 years of teaching experience at the undergraduate level, and she has also taught PG students as a guest speaker. She was awarded her PhD degree in March 2017. Madam has published research papers in different peer-reviewed journals of great repute. She has also given oral presentations of her research work at national and international level during conferences, seminars, and webinars. She has published her papers and as chapters in books published by national publisher. Her area of interest is the feminist study, diasporal Indo-Caribbean studies. Madam is actively involved in different cells and committees in her college and takes keen interest in developing students' language skills, especially in English. Madam has performed the tasks related to examination assigned to her from time to time, like question paper setting, assignment of answer papers, moderation of question papers, etc. I welcome you, ma'am, and request you to conduct the session.
Thank you, Madhavi, madam. At the outset, let me take this opportunity to thank Dr. Urmila Dave, madam, the Dean of and chairperson of Board of Studies in English, for creating such a wonderful platform for the students as well as for teachers. We are interacting live with the students, and we could share the fine nuances of new syllabus. I request all the people kindly, all the participants on Zoom, kindly mute themselves so that my voice will be audible to everyone. And I request all the 3 colleges for this wonderful endeavor. I congratulate the principals for this beautiful program, which catered to the need of students from all over Nagpur University. Congratulations to Rajkumar Keval Ramani Nagpur, Dharampet Arts College, and Mahila Mahavidyalaya Nagpur for this beautiful initiative. And I thank all the members of organizing committee for this wonderful opportunity. And with these words, may I now proceed with my presentation on letter writing. Earlier when we had a talk about taking a session on letter writing, we had a wonderful discussion and a healthy discussion with the experts that this portion was always prescribed. The student have learned letter writing as a part of their composition syllabus right from 6th, 7th standard. The students of higher English, they have written that in English, and students from vernacular medium background or semi-English medium background, they have written in their mother tongue, like Marathi, and the other language that are being taught, like in Hindi. And even the students opting for Sanskrit, they have written letter in Sanskrit also in 8th, 9th, 10th standard. Then why there is a need to teach and reinforce this portion once again and again? Student friends, I need to bring out this very important what you can say point here, that even though we have studied letter writing, at the time of examination, after the examination, when as evaluator we check the answer papers of students from university level writing their answers, especially in BA, we find that they really lack the proper way and skill to write formal letter. And because of this fault in them, they fail to prove themselves as very good examinee. So this session will aim at giving a kind of correct idea of what is exactly expected in university question paper in terms of letter writing. So, because here the students are from B.A-Semester-I who are going to appear for university level examination for the first time. So I take it as my personal moral, what we can say, obligation to tell the students and to give them the clear idea of fine nuances of letter writing, that is in formal letter. Okay, so now let me share my screen. Is my screen visible, madam? Madhavi, madam? Hello? Is my screen visible? Okay. Am I audible and is my screen visible, Madhavi, madam? Manjushri, madam? Okay, I'll take it as it is visible and I'll just move ahead that we are going to deal with formal letter writing today. And I, Dr. Renuka Roy from Department of English, State Kestimal Porwal College, County, welcome all the students of Semester 1 BA Compulsory English on this session on letter writing. So let us move ahead. So the first thing that we will do here, student friends, that to understand the difference between official letter and personal letter. Formal letter or official letter that we call is written in a person in an organization. We write to a person in some institution, in some company, in some organization, and personal letter is written to a person who is our relative or a friend. So personal letter is extremely personal in nature. When you are inviting some friend to your birthday, you are writing to congratulate your friend, you are asking your parent for some permission, so you'll write a personal letter to your relatives, to your friends. You write personal letter. But whereas when you are applying for a job, or you want to make some inquiry in some office, you are writing to an editor and you are writing a complaint letter, you are putting some order, that time you will write formal or official letter. So official letter is in formal style. Its style and form is very formal, and that we will learn today. What is exactly the formal style is, and we will study different templates so as to give you a clear picture of formal letter writing. And personal letter is an informal type. So there are very less parts. Okay. Personal letter has a very bulky body of the letter. At the same time, it has very less formal parts like subject, sender's address, and salutation and all. It is there, but it is an informal letter. So आपको हम लोग आज difference बताएंगे between formal letter and informal letter. Official letters are extremely what we can say extremely formal in form and style, and writing this official letter is extremely meticulous. You have to be very perfect in writing official letter. Either you are writing in the form of some postal letter or you are mailing it. आपको उसमें बहुत ध्यान देकर हर parts को आपको ध्यान रखकर ही लिखना पड़ता है. Now let us move ahead. So now let us have a glimpse at the parts of official or formal letters. कौन से parts होते हैं? These are the main parts. First is sender's address. That means you. आप अपना एड्रेस लिखोगे and now as per the new format of writing letter you write everything left align. आप सब कुछ क्या करते हो left align लिखते हो and at the left corner you will leave margin. आप margin letter writing में student friends we have to leave a certain margin. आपको थोड़ा सा margin छोड़ना है because most when we write letter it is sent to for some official purpose they are filed. Okay, उसे filing होता है. Okay, 1 minute. मम्मा ये देखो तो एक minute. Yes. Let me go back to my earlier slide. Okay. Yes. I'm sorry for the interruption. So sender's address. We have mostly when we are sending a formal letter, they are meant for filing. उनका फाइलिंग होता है फॉर्मल लेटर्स का. सो आपको क्या करना है इन ऑर्डर टू फैसिलिटेट द फाइलिंग, क्योंकि फाइल करते वक्त डॉक्यूमेंट को पंच किया जाता है एंड दे आर देन पुट इनटू द फाइल. पंच डॉक्यूमेंट को फाइल में रखा जाता है सो दैट you should be careful that the written portion should not get punched. आपका लिखा हुआ पोर्शन जो पंच होकर फाइल के अंदर ना दब जाए. And with this what we can say thing in mind, you have to be very cautious and you have to leave some margin. आपको थोड़ा सा margin रखना है. And then you have to write your sender's address left line. तो आपको ध्यान में रखना है स्टूडेंट फ्रेंड्स दैट वी हैव टू लीव अ मार्जिन at the left hand side and then we have to put the sender's address. Then comes the date and then we write inside address. Inside address में to करके आप inside address लिखते हो and in formal letter writing we avoid punctuation. हम उसमें punctuation नहीं देते हैं. Salutation is written dear sir, dear madam, that we will see in detail. And we sometimes if the person whom we are writing we know him by name, we or surname we write dear Mr. Deshpande. This is the way we write the salutation. And if it is extremely formal in nature we only write sir or madam. तो ये हम लोग और अच्छे से डिटेल में आगे जाकर देखेंगे. We write the subject. Subject line should be very clearly written. It should not be very lengthy one running to 2 or 3 lines. It should be written in one clear sentence. एक clear sentence में आप subject line लिखोगे and the specimen of which we will see in the further slides. Okay, उसको कैसे लिखना है that we will study. Okay, the body of the letter. Body is main part. When we are writing a formal letter, we should not write it in very lengthy form. Formal letter should have not more than 2 to 3 पैराग्राफ्स. आपके फॉर्मल लेटर में 2 से 3 पैराग्राफ से ज्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए. इट शुड बी वेरी टारगेटेड एंड वेरी कंसाइज. आपका फॉर्मल लेटर बहुत ही कंसाइज होना चाहिए. And finally it should have a complimentary closure. Complimentary closure होता है yours sincerely, yours faithfully, etc. These are complimentary closure. And you put signature. आप क्या करते हो finally signature करते हो. There are some additional parts like we are writing a very official letter. Like many a times from college you write from university you had already received some letter and there is a reference on that letter. आपके उस letter पे reference number लिखा है and you feel that it is imperative, it is very necessary to put that reference number. Then in such condition you have to write a reference line. आपको एक reference line लिखना जरूरी है. Then there are attention line. Okay, तो ये भी एक पार्ट होता है अटेंशन लाइन. एनक्लोजर, एनक्लोजर मतलब क्या होता है? व्हाट आर दिस एनक्लोजर? एनक्लोजर में हम क्या करते हैं? वी एनक्लोज दी थिंग्स दैट वी आर अटैचिंग विद द फॉर्मल लेटर. हम उसमें जो जो चीजें फॉर्मल लेटर में अटैच करते हैं उसे हम एनक्लोज करते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू आर enclosing photocopy of your what you can say degree certificate, if you are attaching some documents, or in job application letter if you are attaching resume, so they are your enclosures. And copies क्या होता है? हम लोग देखिए मेल में लिखते हैं CC2 BCC2. तो CC होता है कार्बन कॉपी. आप ये ही लेटर का अगर कॉपी किसी और भी व्यक्तियों को और ज्यादा ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में भेज रहे हैं तो आप वहां पर कॉपी टू लिख सकते हैं. तो दीज आर दी पार्ट्स एंड एडिशनल पार्ट्स ऑफ फॉर्मल लेटर राइटिंग. एंड ये आपको अच्छे से ध्यान रखना है. द स्टूडेंट्स हु आर व्हाट वी कैन से नाउ वाचिंग इट, आप इस स्लाइड का स्क्रीनशॉट ले सकते हैं. तो ये आपको एक चेकलिस्ट रखना है, because in the examination the teachers give marks based on this topic points. तो ये जो main parts है that we should not omit at the time of writing our examination paper and attempting this question on formal letter writing. Okay, now let us move ahead. So structure of the application. अगर हम लोग application letter writing लिखते हैं, take for example we are writing an application or job application letter, तो उसका structure ऐसा होगा. Address of the applicant and date. आप सबसे ऊपर लिखोगे sender's address and you'll put the date. You'll write the name, full address of the person concerned. Here यहाँ पर employee लिखा है, prospective employee. The concerned employee person जिसको भी आप लिख रहे हो, या अगर आप simple application letter लिख रहे हो to your principal, applying for bona fide certificate, applying for transfer certificate, तो आप वहां पर to the principal, for example मैं मेरे कॉलेज के प्रिंसिपल का लूंगी, to the principal SK Porwal College Kanthi, this will be send applicant, what we can say, address to whom you are sending the concerned person. रिसीवर्स एड्रेस जिसको हम बोलेंगे, नॉट सेंडर्स, रिसीवर एड्रेस आप इस तरह से वहां पर लिखोगे. हाँ, तो एक दो हम लोग टेम्पलेट यहाँ पर देखेंगे, दैट विल गिव यू क्लियर आइडिया. एंड आफ्टर राइटिंग इन शॉर्ट द रिसीवर्स एड्रेस, यू विल राइट द सैल्यूटेशन. सैल्यूटेशंस होता है डियर सर, डियर मैडम. For example, if you are writing to a person whom you know, अगर आप उनको जानते हो कि, तो आप वहां पर dear sir, dear madam लिखिए. If the person is very formal to you, आप उन्हें नहीं जानते हो, some remote person, तो आप simply वहां पर sir और madam लिख सकते हो. Now there were a few years ago, there were lots of what you can say discussion on कि why not respected sir, why not respected madam. बहुत बार हम लोग पुराने फॉर्मेट में जब लिखते थे, when we were in 10th standard way back in 1995 1997, we were being told that you have to write respected sir, respected madam. In modern terms of communicative English, we have omitted this word respected in the letter writing, formal letter writing, with due care, because sir and madam, these words are in itself highly respectful. ये जो words है sir और madam, ये बहुत ज्यादा respective words माने जाते हैं in terms of formal letter writing. So आपको फिर से वहीं पर redundancy या repetition नहीं लाना है. आपको वहां पर respected बार बार नहीं लिखना है. हाँ, in order to show that you know the person, in order to maintain that air of what we can say personal touch, you can write dear sir or dear madam. लेकिन वो जो पहले लिखा जाता था रिस्पेक्टेड वगैरह, वो अभी नहीं लिखा जाता है. तो वी हैव टू बी अ लिटिल केयरफुल. There is no harm if your teacher is insisting you upon writing, you can write. But अभी modern way of communication में हम लोग dear sir, dear madam, and in very formal situation sir और madam, यही हम लोग salutation में रखते हैं. Body of application. How should be your application? आपका एप्लीकेशन कैसा होना चाहिए? It should have a proper introduction, आपका पैराग्राफ इंट्रोडक्शन ठीक से होना चाहिए. यू शुड राइट सब्जेक्ट लाइन प्रॉपर्ली. आपका सब्जेक्ट लाइन ठीक से होना चाहिए. एंड वी विल सी वन और टू स्पेसिमेन सब्जेक्ट लाइन कैसा होना चाहिए. फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ यू आर राइटिंग एप्लीकेशन फॉर सम जॉब, तो you should clearly mention application for the post of assistant accountant. जो भी आप जॉब के लिए आप काम अप्लाई कर रहे हो. एप्लीकेशन फॉर द पोस्ट ऑफ नर्सरी टीचर, जो भी जॉब के लिए आप अप्लाई कर रहे हो, आप उसमें सब्जेक्ट लाइन में क्लियरली वहां पर मेंशन करोगे. फॉर एग्जांपल, यू आर राइटिंग अ लेटर टू योर प्रिंसिपल एंड अप्लाइंग फॉर बोनाफाइड सर्टिफिकेट. यू शुड क्लियरली राइट लेटर ऑफ एप्लीकेशन, एप्लीकेशन फॉर गेटिंग बोनाफाइड सर्टिफिकेट. ओके, आप वहां पर एप्लीकेशन फॉर बोनाफाइड सर्टिफिकेट ऐसे भी क्लियरली लिख सकते हो. सो योर सब्जेक्ट लाइन शुड बी वेरी शॉर्ट, concise, and it should clearly communicate your aim. Okay, now paragraph, आपको डिटेल्स ऑफ द एप्लीकेंट अपना डिटेल लिखना ही है. कंक्लूडिंग पैराग्राफ शुड बी ऑफ रिक्वेस्ट लाइन. कोई भी फॉर्मल एप्लीकेशन लेटर में जब आप कंक्लूडिंग पैराग्राफ लिखते हो, इट शुड रिक्वेस्ट, इट शुड रिक्वेस्ट, जो जिस चीज के लिए आप उस पैराग्राफ को लिखे हो, उस लेटर को लिखे हो, वहां पर रिक्वेस्ट होना चाहिए. फॉर एग्जांपल, यू आर राइटिंग अ लेटर फॉर गेटिंग ट्रांसफर सर्टिफिकेट फ्रॉम योर प्रिंसिपल. सो आपका लास्ट जो पैराग्राफ होगा, कंक्लूडिंग पैराग्राफ, उसमें आप क्लियर लिखोगे, काइंडली इशू मी माय ट्रांसफर सर्टिफिकेट एट द अर्लीस्ट. आपका ये जो सेंटेंस है, ये होता है आपका रिक्वेस्ट लाइन. आप अपने जॉब एप्लीकेशन में लिखोगे, लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू रिसीव एन an invitation for interview call from your side. Looking forward to receive an interview call from your side. ये दिखाता है आपका पॉजिटिविज्म. तो आप ऐसे सेंटेंस को रिक्वेस्ट लाइन में, पैराग्राफ में, आपके क्लोजिंग पैराग्राफ में आप जरूर इंक्लूड करिए. कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री क्लोज क्या होता है? योर सिंसियरली, थैंकिंग यू इन एंटिसिपेशन. हम लिखते हैं बहुत बार, थैंकिंग यू इन एंटिसिपेशन, योर सिंसियरली, योर्स ट्रूली, योर्स फेथफुली. ये जो है, दीज आर कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री क्लोजर. ये वेरी करता है फ्रॉम टाइम टू टाइम. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आप अगर अपने एम्प्लॉय को लिखोगे, तो आप हमेशा लिखोगे योर्स फेथफुली. तो आप अगर अपने प्रिंसिपल को लिखोगे, तो आप लिखोगे योर्स सिंसियरली. आप अपने टीचर्स के लिए लिखोगे, आप लिखोगे योर्स सिंसियरली. और अदरवाइज इन जनरल केस यू कैन सेफली यूज योर्स ट्रूली. तो एंड यू पुट योर सिग्नेचर एंड यू पुट द एनक्लोजर्स इफ एनी. अगर वहां पर कुछ एनक्लोजर्स है, तो उसे आप वहां पर लिख सकते हो. Now let us move forward with one template of formal covering letter that I have put here. And it gives you a fair idea, although it is not perfect one. They have omitted some portions, like subject line is not there, but you can get the clear idea about the kind of structure a formal letter, a cover letter should have. देखिए, उन्होंने सबसे ऊपर में दिया है बहुत अच्छे से, the sender has written his own address in short, followed by date line, और sender's address और date line के बीच में space है, and there is a space between date line and the receiver's address. HR manager, Shahi Export House, 40D, Saket, New Delhi. See, no punctuation mark is visible. वहां पर रिसीवर्स एड्रेस में 2 के बाद में कोई पंक्चुएशन मार्क नहीं है. Then you'll find that there is salutation. He has put dear sir. हाँ, ये लेटर में सब्जेक्ट लाइन मिसिंग है, तो आपको यहाँ पर सब्जेक्ट लाइन होना चाहिए कि एप्लीकेशन फॉर द पोस्ट ऑफ क्वालिटी एनालिस्ट. जहां पर वो आगे उस बारे में लिखता है, डियर सर, I am here with sending my profile for the vacancy available for quality analyst as advertised in the Times of India dated 10th April 2009 का है ये लेटर. So आप वहां पर रेफरेंस दे रहे हैं. The person Ankita Gupta is clearly giving the reference from where she got this information. And then the second paragraph, she is giving clear idea of her qualification. She's saying that I have done my PG diploma in export management, hence started as the most suitable candidate for this say above said post. I felt happy to see that you welcome freshers also. So if given a chance in your organization, I can surely prove my dexterity with my hard work. What is dexterity? It is skillfulness. My detailing profile, to detailing my profile, I have enclosed my CV to look forward for a formal meeting at your convenience where we can discuss the position in detail. So here देखिए क्लोजिंग जो पैराग्राफ है इट इज वेरी टैक्टफुल, बहुत सुंदर पैराग्राफ लिखा है उसमें वो द गर्ल इज सेइंग दैट आई हैव एनक्लोज्ड माय सीवी, मैंने अपना सीवी एनक्लोज किया है फॉर अ फॉर्मल मीटिंग एंड at your convenience, and here she's saying that we can discuss the position in detail later. Yes, I'm sorry for the interruption. Now let us move ahead. After discussing the structure of letter in detail, now let us move ahead. Now this we have already covered. Your address should be written in the top left corner, left hand corner. यहाँ पर थोड़ा सा गलत हुआ है, top left corner of the letter, and the address to whom you are sending, inside address should be written in the left, starting below the address. Okay, so this is the correct. The upper one it has some rectification. It should be top left hand corner, and the lower one is correct. Date, different people put different on different sides of the pages, but we are now seeing that new format, that is left aligned. So you have to put the date left aligned, write month as a word. Okay, the example is given here, November 20th 2012 ऐसा दिया है यहाँ पर example. This example you have to set for yourself. आपको ये example अपने सामने रखना है. Salutation or greeting. So this also we have discussed earlier. Dear sir, dear madam, and if you know the person by name, you can use the title that dear Mr. Jenkins, जैसे यहाँ पर किया है. Now body of the application letter, we have put 3 distinct paragraphs in the body of application letter. Application, whether the application is sent in response to an advertisement. अगर आपका एप्लीकेशन किसी एडवर्टाइजमेंट के रिस्पांस के में भेजा है तो you will give the reference of that advertisement as we had seen now in the in the examples of Ankita Sharma's letter that we had studied just now. At the suggestion of someone, if you are writing this application at somebody's suggestion, you will give the mention of that. On his own initiative, if you are writing it on your own, you will write that also. Second paragraph in job application letter should be a brief biodata, because you are already attaching your resume. आप अपना resume वहां पर attach कर ही रहे हो. So you will give a short detail about your what we can say qualification, your experiences, and how you are suitable for that particular job. उस काम के लिए आप कैसे suitable हो वहां पर आपको short में लिखना है. And the third paragraph, I will call it the most important one, the concluding paragraph. It should display your communication skill at the best, because in job application letter, the main aim behind writing a job application letter is to invite the call for interview. आपका जॉब एप्लीकेशन लेटर इतना अच्छा, कन्विंसिंग एंड वेरी स्मार्ट वे ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन होना चाहिए that it should guarantee and invite the further formal discussion with your prospective employee. तो आप उसे बहुत अच्छे से लिखेंगे आप लोग, and you will ensure how you are going to serve your prospective employee or your future organization the best possible capabilities. आप कितने अच्छे से आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को सर्व कर सकते हो, how you are perfect to discharge the duties that will give thorough satisfaction to your employer. Okay, तो आप ये अच्छे से स्टडी करना है, आपको किस तरह से लिखना है, एंड यू हैव टू स्टडी नंबर ऑफ सैंपल्स ऑफ and templates of job application letters available on internet. Nowadays we are very lucky, we have got ample resources at our disposal. So in order to study how these parts are written, you can make best use of internet that you have, and you have to study the templates available on nets. आप उसे स्टडी कीजिए, उसमें आपको ये तीनों जो पार्ट्स है बॉडी ऑफ एप्लीकेशन लेटर, इनको बहुत अच्छे से कैसे लिखा जाता है, उनके स्पेसिमेंस अवेलेबल है, एंड थ्रू स्टडीइंग देम, थ्रू रीडिंग देम, you can really understand. In this book, A Novel Beginning, that is the textbook by textbook is prescribed for B.A-Semester-I Compulsory English. You will find number of examples, specimen given. आप लोगों को ये जो टेक्स्ट बुक है नोवेल बिगिनिंग करके, इसमें आपको बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल ऑलरेडी दिए गए हैं जॉब एप्लीकेशन लेटर के, दैट यू कैन स्टडी. उसे आपको अच्छे से स्टडी करना है, आपको बार बार पढ़ना है, आपको उसमें दिए गए पॉइंट्स को एकदम इंटरनलाइज करना है इन ऑर्डर टू राइट द परफेक्ट जॉब एप्लीकेशन लेटर. ये पॉइंट्स तो आपके काम में आएंगे ही, ये हम पढ़ा रहे हैं, बट you have to study it, you have to read more and more specimens of application letter in order to internalize these three distinct parts of job application letter. Now let us move ahead. And this I had already talked, like how to write this salutation at the end. आपको sorry, complimentary closure जिसको बोलते हैं, not salutation, complimentary closure at the end. You can write it this way: yours faithfully, yours truly, or yours sincerely. Yours faithfully कब लिखना है आपको? When you are writing to a person, for example, आप किसी अपने एम्प्लॉयर को लिख रहे हो as an employee, so we write yours faithfully. When we are writing to your teacher, we write yours sincerely, and we put our signature, and safely we use yours truly also. Now what are the qualities of a good formal letter? अच्छे formal letters में qualities कौन से होने चाहिए? The language is the first criteria. Most of the students, they know what is the format, they know how to write it, but they are very clumsy in terms of using proper language. तो आपका जो लैंग्वेज आप फॉर्मल लेटर राइटिंग में यूज करोगे, आपके एक्सप्रेशंस, दे शुड ऑल बी वेल रिहर्स्ड. आपको उनकी बहुत प्रैक्टिस करनी है. There is no shortcut to practice in terms of writing composition. Either it is letter writing, or it is what we can say paragraph writing, or it is essay writing. आपको practice करना ही है. A letter must have a good start to create an impression on the reader. So right from the beginning till the end, your letter should be language-wise correct, grammatically correct. Write short sentences. Don't write very long sentences that have more risks of committing grammatical mistake. इसमें comma, full stop, कैपिटल स्मॉल और ग्रामर का टेंसेस का मिस्टेक हो, ऐसे बड़े बड़े सेंटेंसेस, कॉम्प्लेक्स सेंटेंस ना लिखे. राइट वेरी सिंपल सेंटेंस. Second point is clarity. Clarity can be obtained when we have clear idea of what we want to say. So clarity in terms of examination also. Examination में भी clarity आपके letter में क्यों नहीं आता है? Most of the time, even we check the papers of final year students, we find that students are hardly clear about what is to be written. Especially it happens with the letters, complex letters like order writing or complaint writing, complaint letters, because colleges may most of the times we teach and students they learn the covering letter writing, that is job application letter. But if some twist in there in examination, if they ask for writing order letter, or if they ask for writing a complaint letter, so that time we find that students are not clear about what is to be written. So one thing that we have to do whenever we have been asked to write complaint letter or order letter or any kind of letter, I ask the students, I'll request the student to read the question twice. Question आप दो बार पढ़िए. Try to understand what is being asked. आपको क्या पूछा गया है. Try to clear a rough draft on the back page of the answer sheet with pencil. आप उसमें पेंसिल से रफ ड्राफ्ट बनाइए in order to get the clear idea. And in general course also, while practicing it at home, try to create a rough draft that what has been asked for, क्या पूछा गया है. Write it down, and when the idea is clear, then go for writing a fair one. Coherence, connection is to be there. I told you that letter should have a proper beginning, middle, and the end. Coherence is, or sometimes students they tend to confuse when they are writing body of the letter. So body एकदम clear है. First paragraph, second paragraph, third paragraph. First paragraph में आप क्या करोगे? You will write from where you got this idea or from where you got the information about this certain job. If you are writing an order letter, अगर आप order letter लिख रहे हो तो आप बताओगे कि आप किस position में काम कर रहे हो and with what capacity you are putting this order and for what purpose. Okay, किस purpose से आप ये order put up कर रहे हो ये बताओगे. Then second paragraph जो आएगा आपका उसमें आप बताओगे what is the order, and final paragraph में उसके बाकी specification. So beginning, middle, and the end. These are the three integral parts of your letter writing जिसे आपको proper coherence से लिखना है. Coherence मतलब होता है connectivity. आपके राइटिंग में अच्छा कनेक्टिविटी आना चाहिए. इट शुड नॉट बी जारिंग, और वो ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि कोई भी पार्ट शुरुआत अंत में आपने कोई भी एक सीक्वेंस नहीं रखा है और आपको जैसे सूझता गया वैसे आपने लिखा. दैट गिव्स वेरी बैड इंप्रेशन. आज भी और हमेशा के लिए भी ये बहुत बुरा इंप्रेशन है. एग्जाम में तो आप मार्क्स नहीं कमाओगे ऐसे से, और आगे जाकर भी when you will be writing in the real life scenario, it will create very bad impression. So in order to have a proper sequence and coherence in your letter, what you need to do, you have to first create a kind of rough draft of your letter, how you're going to begin, how you're going to continue, and how you're going to end the body of your letter. We are now here focused on the body of the letter. Then completeness of your formal letter. Think properly, communicate to the reader all that the readers need to know. Okay, आप पहले अच्छे से सोचिए और आपका जो भी पढ़ने वाला रीडर है वो क्या जानना चाहता है उसे आप गेस करके पूरे पॉइंट्स ठीक ठाक कम्युनिकेट करिए. ये हम लोग और अच्छे से पढ़ेंगे जब सीखेंगे, जब हम लोग आगे जाकर लेटर राइटिंग फॉर पुटिंग एन ऑर्डर वो पढ़ेंगे तब. Okay, in the same presentation हम आगे जब वो portion देखेंगे, so that time I'll describe it, I'll discuss it further. Now, what are the qualities of a good formal letter? It should be concise. That means brevity is the soul of everything. If you write very lengthy thing and your letter is not communicating the subject matter properly, beating about the bush is not going to help at all. Okay, so aapka letter should be very brief, concise. Correctness, accuracy is required. And courtesy, आपका letter formal हो, लेकिन it should have the win-win qualities, like you should maintain very courteous, very formal, and your language should be very polite, and you should put up the request properly. Even though you are writing a complaint letter, that complaint should not sound like nagging, or it should not be jarring to the other person. They should feel that it is a real concern. उनको लगना चाहिए कि रियल कंसर्न है. तो courtesy is mannerism is extremely important, and that is well exhibited how you are writing your salutation, how you are making the complimentary closer, and especially how you are writing your request line. The third line hai, third paragraph hai, I'm sorry, third paragraph your letter is the area where you can display your mannerism at its best. Okay, consideration and take into account the reader's interests, problems and conveniences. So ये part हम लोग बहुत अच्छे से discuss करेंगे जब हम लोग put up करेंगे order letter. Character. Give attention to the planning and composition of your letter. So I have already discussed this in length, that how you should not just jump on writing letter. आपने क्या करना है? You have to prepare a rough draft. Even during examination, read your question twice. आपका question 2 बार पढ़िए. Write a rough sketch of what you're going to write at the back page, last rough page of your answer sheet, and then go for correcting it. और फिर ही उसे आप correct करिए. Okay, it is for this way, these are the methods that can really turn you into a very good examinee and ensure you very good marks in the examinations, because we are not there there at that moment. We feel like why students are not so careful, but we are helpless. Okay, so ये जो हम forum है इसके थ्रू मैं बताना चाहूंगी बच्चों को कि आपको ये सब चीजें बहुत अच्छे से ध्यान से करना है. Effective covering letter. Now let us now focus on 3 types of letter that we are going to deal here. One is covering letter, जिसके बारे में मैं बहुत बार बात कर चुकी हूँ, इसको हम फटाफट ब्रोस करेंगे. Second is your order letter, and third one, I suppose there is complaint letter. In your syllabus, yes, complaint letter, order letter, and job application letter, that is covering letter. Covering letter I have already dealt with. I have shown you the specimen. There are 2 types of covering letters. One is solicited and unsolicited application. What is solicited? Which is being asked for. बहुत बार आप देखते हो, हमेशा ही आप देखते हो, हितवाद में आप देखेंगे कि there is what you can say there are advertisement जहाँ पर बोलते हैं कि vacancy for the post of teacher in kindergarten. So यहाँ पर आप हितवाद में उनका रेफरेंस देखे हैं, आपने देखा है कि that is a post vacancy is there. So with reference to that, if you are applying, it is solicited. Sometimes बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि through some friend or through some member of the organization you get to know कि that there is a post vacant for certain posts, कि हमको एक typist की जरूरत है. तो then you are writing an application for the post of a typist, so that becomes unsolicited. So आपको वहां पर बहुत ही tactfully mention करना है that with from my friends or from my what we can say close connections, I got to know that there is a requirement of a typist in your organization, and I wish to apply for the same. Okay, तो आपको वहां पर बहुत ही tactfully put up करना है. Your resume should be ideally sent with your job application letter. Resume writing, covering letter writing, resume writing क्या होता है इसके बारे में आपको बहुत सारे videos मिलेंगे. Even the feel जो एक initiative है by R.S. Mundle College, उनके इस initiative के अंतर्गत I have taken a class on resume writing. You can go and watch that video. The tone of letter should be very friendly. Keep letter in a single page. Your job application letter should not be lengthy. It should be concise and maintain only in single page. Your prospective employer is not going to study it in detail, but at a single glance, he should get the clear idea about you as a a candidate. Okay, different covering letters are different, have different openings. अलग अलग covering letter में अलग अलग opening होता है. The style and layouts are very important. Letters should be persuasive in nature. What is persuasive? आपको मैंने पहले ही बताया है कि आपका जॉब एप्लीकेशन लेटर का मेन एम ये है कि that you need to get an invitation for what, or you should get a kind of call for your further interview from your prospective employer. Okay, आपको interview मिलाना है, so it should be persuasive in nature. You have to prove that how you are a very good candidate. आप कैसे एक बहुत अच्छे candidate हो, for that said job ये आपको prove करना है. Okay, so this is a format. एक format मैं यहाँ पर display किया है मैंने, and this format इसमें देखिए sender's address, इसमें सिर्फ sender's address missing है, but other things are there, like to के बाद में आपको किस तरह से लिखना है, then how you should give the salutation, subject line कैसा है, recruitment of manager marketing, okay, then reference line कैसे लिखना है, and then your body, and complimentary closure कैसे लिखना है. So this is a format that is being given. You can find many of such templates on internet. See how you can talk about the job. This I had already discussed. For example, talking about the job, I think I would be a suitable candidate for the post because करके आप उसको जोड़ सकते हो. आप लिख सकते हो job would give me the opportunity to blank further work experience during this. तो इस तरह से आप उसे लिख सकते हो. I would like to apply for the position of which I saw advertised. इस तरह से आप solicited job application में लिख सकते हो. So here are some other phrases. I request the student friends who are watching, kindly take the screenshot of this page because it is really going to help you in writing. This line, third one, I would appreciate the opportunity to meet you to discuss how my qualification will be beneficial to your organizations successfully. This is highly influential line, inviting and a call of interview call, very tactfully. You have to use present tense, and for the current position you have to make present tense, and always past tense you'll write about when you are writing about your previous achievements and how you have done certain job, your administrative skills, how you proved in earlier jobs, etc. Your experiences in that you can write in order to support your qualification. You can use past tense. Avoid using passive voice. You have to use active voice all the time. I have 7 years experience of computer programming. I have supervising a marketing team for new clients. My multitasking abilities are well suited for the post of a receptionist. So these are all sentences in active voice form. तो आप पैसिव वॉइस यूज करना बिल्कुल अवॉइड करिए. You have to make use of active voice as much as possible. And maintain the what we can say tense related sanctity. Try to have the what we can say sound mind when you are writing the sentences, कि आप present में जो कर रहे हो उसके बारे में लिखते वक्त आप present tense use करिए. Your past experience when you are recounting, you have to use simple past tense, and you have to use always active voice. ये consistency आपको maintain करना है. Now what are the what we can say aspects that we need to keep in mind while writing complaint letter. Complaint letter should also have these 4 C's that we had already seen. That correctness, your letter should be correct, grammatically correct, structure wise it should be correct, and they should be structured properly. आप complaint letter को अच्छे से structure करिए. It should have clarity what you wish to say. So that we will see in 3 S's, how you can bring the clarity. It should be concise. Complaint letter should not be very long. And lengthy letter, nobody likes to read, you know. In formal scenario, nobody has got so much of time to read a letter spanning for 3 to 4 pages, you know. You have to write a letter that only covers 1 page. एक page में आपको अपना बात बताना है. That is why you have to be very short. You have to be very brief. You have to be very pithy. You have to be very concise. आपको बहुत brief रहना है, आपको बहुत concise रहना है, and to the point आपको लिखना है. And English language has got that what we can say beauty, जिसमें आप थोड़े शब्दों में बहुत कुछ व्यक्त कर सकते हो. Only thing is that you have to practice. You have to practice the specimens. Courtesy. Even though you are writing a complaint letter, it should not sound very jarring. It should not sound very irritating. So you have to be very courteous. For example, if you are writing some municipal authority complaining for the irregular services of the what we can say kachra wala gadi, so you should use proper wordings and you should tell it in very courteous manner, politely, so that they should not feel that it is a very nagging complaint. They should feel it, they should realize the obligation to give you regular services, but it should be very politely done. Okay, so these 3 S's are very important. First is state. Mention your problem in the body of your complaint letter. आपको अपना problem properly mention करना है. You have to state your problem properly. Then substantiate. Substantiate is to give the correct details, clear detail about the situation. I'll once again repeat the same example. If you are saying that kachra wala gadi is not coming in your area regularly, you have to substantiate how earlier it was regular. Service was regular. How from last 15 days, that is fortnight, you're finding that this service is not regular. And because of this irregularity, what problems that you are facing? What is the probable solution that you may suggest from your side? आपके side से आप क्या solution suggest करते हो? Give the specification. Give some solution. So ये आपका तरीका होगा. These 3 parts are very important. These 3 S's are very important. You have to state, you have to substantiate, and you have to give the solution as well. Okay. Now moving ahead, and there are a few specimens of complaint letter available in your textbook. I'll once again repeat the title: A Novel Beginning, prescribed by RTM Nagpur University. And in order to understand how to lodge a complaint in terms of writing a formal letter, you have to read and understand and internalize these complaint letters. Okay, so stating the complaint, then substantiating with the point. For example, यहाँ पर लिखा गया है security complaint. There is a complaint letter given here, a security complaint. So they have written statement. देखिए कैसा दिया है. I wish to lodge a complaint with you about the increasing incidents of theft in the locality. So this is the statement. He has stated the problem. Block A, where I live is, as you are aware, at the far end of the colony. And ये जो sentence आया है, this from here they start the substantiating their points that there is an increasing threat. The street has only one light, and that has not been working for about a month. And the night watchman appointed by the residents association does not come for duty at least twice or thrice a week. So these are the points through which they are substantiating. And then there is a final paragraph where the solution is given. It says, we request you to investigate the matter and take necessary action to prevent such incidents in future. So this is how the solution is provided. These 3 S are very important. Okay, now let us move ahead. Writing an order letter. So this is the most trickiest part. especially if not for the art student, for commerce students, they are being asked to write order letter most of the time. Okay, and if this is prescribed in the arts syllabus, it will come for the art students as well. So writing an order letter is highly tricky, and it should be done very nicely. See, these are the things that we had to keep in mind, that brief introduction of yourself, with what capacity you are putting this order. आपको लिखना है कि आप कौन हो, आप किस कैपेसिटी से ऑर्डर ये पुट अप कर रहे हो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ द लाइब्रेरियन ऑफ योर college is putting an order of books to some bookstore, so she'll say that I am so and so, I am working as the librarian of this and this college, and I wish to put an order of some textbooks with your shop. Okay, so उसे पूरा अपना introduction, एक briefly correct introduction देना है. Letter must contain the exact reference or product code available on website, if any, or in your catalogs. बहुत बार क्या होता है, आप किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में से बिलोंग कर रहे हो, आप किसी को ऑर्डर देते हो, तो आप पहले उनको बोलते हो कि आप बहुत सारा हमको कैटलॉग भेजिए, या अपना क्या बोलते हैं, you send us some your details of the products available. आप वहां से भेजिए करके, आप वहां पर the catalog is made available along with the products name, along with the prices. उसमें कैटलॉग में प्रोडक्ट का कोड रहता है, नेम रहता है, प्राइजेस रहते हैं, तो वो आप इनवाइट करते हो. So when you have decided that you'll be giving an order to certain shop, certain what you can say agency, तो आप जो लेटर राइटिंग करते हो उसमें आप क्लियरली यू हैव टू मेंशन द ऑर्डर नेम ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट, you have to mention the product code, you have to mention the quantity, and you have to mention the what you can say price. Okay, तो ये सब चीजें कब अच्छे से हो सकता है, when it is written in tabular form. आपको ऑर्डर लेटर में जो चीज का आपको ऑर्डर भेजना है, दैट यू हैव टू पुट इन टेबुलर फॉर्म, उसे आप टेबुलर फॉर्म में लिखिए. मेंशन द डिटेल्स अबाउट द प्रोडक्ट ऑर्डर्ड. आप जो प्रोडक्ट ऑर्डर कर रहे हो उसका डिटेल भेजिए. फॉर एग्जांपल, प्रोडक्ट क्वालिटी क्या है, व्हाट इज द शेप, व्हाट इज द साइज, आप किस साइज का प्रोडक्ट चाहते हो, व्हाट इज द कलर, व्हाट इज द डिजाइन, आप उसके बारे में पूरे अच्छे से आप लिखिए. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू आर आस्किंग फॉर सम मॉनिटर, अगर आप कोई मॉनिटर आप ऑर्डर कर रहे हो, आप लोग आपका कंप्यूटर डिपार्टमेंट है एंड यू विश टू ऑर्डर सर्टेन मॉनिटर्स, तो आपको बताना जरूरी है कितने इंचेस का मॉनिटर आप ऑर्डर कर रहे हो. ओके, सो यू हैव टू मेंशन द मॉनिटर, द कंपनी, आपके मॉनिटर का जो कोड उस प्रोडक्ट का दिया है, सो दैट यू हैव टू मेंशन, आपको उसे मेंशन करना है. मेंशन द स्पेसिफिक डेट ऑफ डिलीवरी, आप कब तक ये डिलीवरी चाहेंगे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर इफ दिस ऑर्डर इज of some books are placed by the librarian, so librarian will say that our classes starts from the month of August, so we want you to deliver this book by the end of July. So you write the specific date of delivery, and you will write about the terms and code of payment, how you are going to make the payment. आप एडवांस पेमेंट करोगे, पेमेंट ऑन डिलीवरी करोगे, यू आर गोइंग टू पे इट बाय चेक, यू आर गोइंग टू पे इट थ्रू सम ऑनलाइन मोड, दैट detail that you will write. What is the preferred mode of transport? And you will give the instruction regarding packaging also. See, here there is a very beautiful example that I'll read out, that the person said that kindly ensure that the goods are bubble wrapped and all breakables are packed in plywood cases. Okay, so देखिए, clear idea about the packaging. ओके, बबल रैप मतलब वो जो प्लास्टिक के ऐसे बबल वाले जो फॉइल्स होते हैं, ऐसे कप पेपर्स होते हैं, उनमें अच्छे से रैप करके, स्पेशली दोज डेलिकेट गुड्स, जैसे हम लोग घर में कोई टैब मंगाते हैं या मोबाइल फोन आता है, तो इट इज बबल रैप्ड. ओके, एंड if we order some cutleries, so they are wrapped in some breakable they are put in some plywood cases so that they should not break. Oh, break nahi hona chahiye. So these things are properly, you have to give the clear instruction ki aapka wrapping kaisa hona chahiye if you are putting the order. If you are putting an order for some books, so and it is the season of monsoon, July, August, so you say that you just wrap it properly in the plastic and pack it in a way that it remains waterproof. आप उन्हें अच्छे से clear instruction दीजिए. So these are some of the tips that I could share with you about writing a good formal letter writing, and I hope I could give justice to this topic, and I tried to elucidate as much as possible. And with this, I'll now request Dr. Madhavi madam if she is available, or Manjushri madam if they are there. Madhavi madam.
Yes, Madhavi will be there. Thank you, Renuka. Actually, you did.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your wonderful presentation. On behalf of all the 3 colleges, I just express humble thankfulness to you. And a big thank you to all the dear participants for joining this course, for attending the course. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, Manjushri madam. Thank you, Madhavi madam, for being so kind and handling this so well. Thank you very much. Looking forward to have such interaction again and again. And with this word, with these words, I'll take your leave. Thank you.